CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Injured at work? Injured while working at home? Pearson Coucher Law. 215-627-0700 or hit them up online at mywclawyer.com. Pearson Coucher Law. Workers' comp. That's all we do.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
That clock is 2 minutes fast. 2 minutes fast. Right?
Hey guys, Jacqueline Tucker here. Anytime I'm in the mood for some R&B, I'm listening to my CMP Radio app. Make sure you go and download it.
CMPRadio.net.
Lost touch with my soul. I had nowhere to turn. I had nowhere to go. Lost sight of my dream. Thought it would be the end of me. I thought I'd never make it through. I had no hope to hold on to. I thought I would break. I didn't know my own strength when I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not
Arrow.
crumble. I got through all the pain. I didn't know my own strength. Survived my darkest hour.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Mental Health Talk with yours truly, C, and I am Christine McIntyre. I hope everyone had a great holiday and you already set some goals for yourself for this upcoming year. So we are going to talk about mental health. When you come in, don't forget to share this broadcast, follow cmpradio.net on Facebook and Instagram, and also download the Live 365 app so you can catch me throughout the week as well. So this week and the next 6 weeks, I am going to be talking about the chakras and how they are related to mental health, and ways we can go to finding a new approach of dealing with our mental health illness. I'm just going to introduce what mental health is a little bit, and then we're going to get into the root chakra. Mental health illness affects
Yo, bro, you good?
every 5 people in the US. So it's definitely something that needs
Nigga, I don't have no truck. My transmission is done.
and find different ways of
I can use Jasmine's car.
right now, most people they go to therapy to deal with their mental health issues. Prayer,
Shut
form of healing.
I told you didn't have to commit to every day, bro.
But I found through my own journey going to therapy as a chakra meditation, chakra healing is another way of combating mental health. I stumbled upon this process about 2 years ago. I was at a weak point in my life, and I needed to find a way to deal with my mental illness. I had sunk into a very bad depression. I didn't see any way out, and so I had to hit rock bottom before I found resolutions. Yes, therapy works. I took that route, but at some point it no longer worked for me. And just reading and researching, I found the chakra method of healing, and that worked for me. So there are 7 chakras in our body. Chakras are energies. No, you can't see them. They're more on a spiritual realm of things. We have 7. The first one is root, which
What's
I
the
will
bull's
talk
name?
about today. Is located at the base of the
What
spine,
did the alarm
represented
system?
by the color red. We also have
Did the
the
alarm system rock?
solar
Right,
plexus,
right,
is orange,
okay.
is the second, is located below the navel, is represented by, the third is, the solar plexus chakra, is located above the navel. It's represented by the color yellow. The fourth is the heart chakra, represented by the color green. It's in between your breast. The fifth is the throat chakra, represented by the color blue. It's located at your throat. The sixth is the third eye chakra, and we all heard a lot about this one. It's, your perception. It's the sixth one. It's in between your brows. It's represented by the color indigo, and your final chakra is the crown. The seventh one is located at the top of your head, where a crown would be. And so we're going to introduce the chakra. So root chakra, its main purpose is for safety, security, and stability. And when you don't feel these things, it can create a lot of emotional turmoil in our bodies, right? And they all can do different things. Your chakra can be balanced, it can be blocked, or it can be overactive. And so I'm going to go in and describe what each one looks like when it's blocked, balanced, and overactive. When it's balanced, you feel like you're grounded, you can do anything, all the trauma that you had is released, you're able to think freely, you don't have any pains, and then when it becomes unbalanced, that's when you have a lot of pelvic pain. The imbalance comes from a lot of different things, and I'm going to read a little bit about that. So when we have an imbalance in our root chakra, it can resemble real life illnesses, which can confuse people a little bit, because you should seek a doctor if you've experienced some of these physical illnesses. Sometimes it's best to look a little bit deeper. Some physical illnesses is irritable bowel syndrome, hemorrhoids, constipation, bladder issues, also urinary tract issues. A physical addiction can be an imbalance of your root chakra, which can be gambling, food, any addiction. Alcohol can be addiction, sex can be an addiction as well. So when they are, you have too much energy, so your chakras can be too much energy and not enough energy. And so when it's too much energy, this is when the mental illness relation comes through. When we have too much energy, we can have fear, we can be insecure, we can have physical and mental issues, we can become impatient, egotistical, and then have material pleasures. It's also related to having social anxiety. And social anxiety is when you can't go out in public, you're fearful of people, and you try to avoid any social situations as much as possible. Also, trauma that you haven't dealt with from your childhood can also be an overactive root chakra. And so we must go back and figure out what's going on. And this, I will talk about towards the end of how we deal with our root chakra. Being suicidal is a symptom of a overactive root chakra. PTSD is another illness of an overactive root chakra. Paranoia, anxiety, and manic, and even obesity can be an overactive root chakra. Also, depending on your zodiac sign, this can be a powerhouse chakra for you as well. Capricorns and Aquarius, this is where we receive our most power from. Also, the planet Saturn is in relation to the root chakra, so when Saturn is in retrograde, it can create havoc for those people, especially if you're under the Capricorn and an Aquarius zodiac sign. And all retrograde means is that there is some movement in the planets. And every year, planets are in retrograde. This year, Saturn will be in retrograde from May until October. So during those months, you may see a lot of feelings of sluggishness and unproductiveness. And so you have to find a way in order to balance that energy. It can create a lot of emotional turmoil as well. And I will discuss a way of dealing with that. Okay, so ways to balance your root chakra. You can balance them in a lot of different ways. One is for food. So the root chakra is represented by the color red. So any foods that are red are great for the chakra, such as strawberries, apples, red peppers, even some herbs as cayenne pepper, chili powder, anything that gets the body on fire. Also, wearing the color red can improve the quality of your root chakra. Activities, so since root is at the base, is for grounding. So anything that has to do with earth, like gardening, taking a walk on the beach, being in nature is good for the root chakra. And then already said colors. Okay. And then there are other things that can help the root chakra as well. Knowing what they mean in your life will definitely help you improve your mental health. So the root chakra basic right is to be. So we all want to feel like we're part of something bigger, right? What is our purpose? So the root chakra is just that, is to be. What are we here on earth for? What is our purpose? What is our gift? Finding balance in the root chakra will definitely help you walk towards that journey of self-discovery. The basic need is safety. I described that in the beginning: safety, security, and stability. We all want to feel safe, right? When we don't feel safe, we retract. And when we don't meet those basic needs, and that's what the root chakra is all of our basic needs. And so when we don't meet them, we get afraid, we get scared, and then a lot of things start coming up. We isolate ourselves. We go back in hermit mode. We don't want to be bothered. We might push people away, and we find ourselves still in the same place that we always been. So it's important to pay attention to these signs and figure out what's going on with you. Positive qualities of a root chakra: you're stable, you have a lot of vitality, loyalty, prosperity, you're very patient, and career success. So if you're driven in these areas, it's because you have a balanced root chakra. Everything flows freely for you. So since the root chakra is at the base of the spine, that is where our energy enters from. And if it's a blockage, there can't be energy that can flow through the rest of your chakras. So the base is where it all starts at. So when that's not aligned, the rest of your chakras will be out of alignment. So it all starts at the base. Some other foods and stuff that are good for the root chakra: a lot of proteins. So proteins doesn't necessarily mean meat, just anything that's protein. So beans are a source of protein. You can eat meat. Fish is a source of protein. So anything that can get in your body, such as the red foods and mostly like proteins, will be good in helping balance your root chakra. So I'll just share my experience with the root chakra. So when I discovered the chakra healing system about 2 years ago, this year will be 3, I was going through a really tough time in my own life. I was really depressed. I would come home I would sit on the couch. I didn't do much. I just wanted to check out on life. And so I started therapy, and therapy works. But at some point, I felt like I got all I needed from there, and I was searching for something different. And when I found this, just reading about it just connected with me in a way. And so every day from that point, I started on a journey, and it helped me to discover who I am, full self. But it's not an easy road. When you're starting to heal the chakras, it definitely can create some havoc in your body. It creates a lot of pressure. I've been like isolated myself at times. I have cried at times. I've felt more depressed at times, and that's because with the chakras, it forces you to really look deep and figure out where the pain is coming from. And so I've had experienced a lot of pelvic pain, such as urinary tract infections, bladder infections, and when I feel those, yes, I go to the doctor, I get it checked out, just to make sure nothing else is wrong. But at some point, I had to realize what was going on with myself. And so when I sat down there and I dug deep enough, I figured out what was going on with me, and I was able to heal myself. And healing comes from your mind, right? You are what you think. And so if you want to be better, you can be better. You just have to be willing to do the work it takes to get to that point. And so it's a process. Really trying to dig deep and figure out what's going on. Like those old traumas and that past hurt, you have to deal with it, because if you don't, it's going to carry on with you, and it can definitely be a lot of baggage, and it can create so much pain in your body and outside your body as well. Whatever we suffer inward, we suffer outward as well. And so we want to try to live the best life that we can as possible. But in order to do this, we must begin at the roots. We must heal those things that maybe we're afraid to heal. A lot of us have gone through some very troubling things, but we have to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that anything that we went through and has happened is not happening now. And so we have to do something in order to get to the point where we need to be. If we don't heal our chakra, our bodies will stay out of alignment, and it can prevent us from moving forward, right? I got tired of being where I was at, so I had to do something different. For me, chakras force you to do something different, to look deep. You know, I had to really look at myself. Sometimes we point the finger at other people. Some situations happen we can't control, but we can, realizing that we can't always point our finger at the other person, that we have to look at ourselves sometime, because it's us, right? We hold on to so much, and that creates a lot of issues in our chakras, especially the root chakras. It's like we're holding on to things that we should have let go a long time ago. Once we learn how to let them go, we can definitely find peace and healing in our chakras. But it has to start with us first, right? When I tell you that it can be painful when you're bringing up a lot of emotions that you thought that you have dealt with, a lot of times we don't know we have healed until a trigger comes up. Last year, since we're in a new year, last year I experienced a lot of triggers that I didn't even know existed until it was presented in front of me. And in order for me to move forward to where I'm in now, I had to sit back and reflect on myself and what I was going through, and some pain that I was dealing with. Some things I realized that I was holding on that happened to me when I was a child. And so in order for me to become the adult that I need to be for myself in this life, I have to let it go, and I have to heal from it. It's okay to cry. It's okay to vent. But at some point, we have to know that we are important, and that we don't deserve to sit in our pain no longer than we have to. Pain can only hurt us as long as we allow it to. And everybody's journey is different. Everybody's mental illness is different. Even if you share the same mental illness as someone else, it can definitely play a different role. Like I suffer from panic and anxiety a lot. I have OCD, I have PTSD, and I'm depressed at times. But I got tired. It's like when you get tired enough, you'll do something about it. And not saying mental illness is definitely real. It can be hereditary. It can be brought on by an illness. It could be caused by alcohol. It could be a lot of different things, but it can also be spiritual as well. And this is my approach to it, right? Chakra healing in order to discover who we are underneath all of that and not allowing our mental illness to define ourselves in our life and where we want to go with that. For me, through this journey, it allowed me to kind of dig deep, right? I was searching for something, purpose, and meaning in this world, and I couldn't figure out. Then 2 years ago, during my journey, I had this dream, and I believe that sometimes a dream is just a dream, and sometimes maybe it's something more. So my company that I created, BYC, it came to me in a dream. I didn't know what it really meant until last year, earlier last year, in the end of 2019. It stands for Become Your C, right? C is whatever you need it to be. C for me can change daily or weekly depending on where I'm at in my life. This week, my C is focusing on change. And so you got to decide for yourself what C is to you. And my company, the mission is to bridge the gap between the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the spiritual aspects of ourselves so we can unveil our true identity. And it's definitely a journey. And, you know, with any journey, it's not going to come easy if it's worth it. And there are steps into this journey. And once you figure out those steps, your life can move as freely as you need it to be. You have to start your journey. People can help you, but you have to be willing to be the first one to say that I need to start. And whatever that is for you, there are definitely different methods of healing. Like I said, there is therapy, there's prayer, there is groups that you can talk to. There is just holistic. Like I choose the holistic approach. There is medication if your mental illness, you can't really deal with it. I chose to do a holistic approach. I find that with meditation, with the chakras, with eating right, with exercise, with constantly challenging my thought process. And that's where, you know, mental illness gets us, right? It gets in our thoughts. It can create havoc in our thoughts. It makes us feel like we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough, we're not valuable enough. One bad thought can spiral if we don't catch it. So the journey is to try to change your whole mindset. You're not changing who you are as an individual, but changing your mindset so that you don't have to suffer any longer than you have to. We're only on earth for a certain amount of time, and so we want to live life the best that we can, as peaceful as we can, and we shouldn't have to be in pain. If we only open up our minds to a new way of doing, because if you've been trying the same thing and it's not working, be open to a new way of doing, a new way of thinking. Challenge yourself. Make this year a year of you, right? Make this year a year that you say yes to yourself and no to the pain that's holding you. And all this healing starts at the root. You have to begin at the root. For me, I do meditation, right? I have a list of things that I do every day to try to keep myself in balance. And so I wake up, I meditate, I read from an inspirational book, I exercise 6 to 7 days a week, and I try to eat the foods that are going to be beneficial to me. And that is it. You have to find what works for you. I am offering a new approach to dealing with mental health, illness. If what you're doing is not working for you, you can definitely inbox me. We can chat. You can also text me. I think I have my number listed. You can find me on my website, www.becomeyourc.com. You can follow me on Instagram, Become Your C. Become Your C is spelled BECOMEYOURC. Also, Facebook, you can message me on my regular page, Christina McIntyre, or my business page is Excerpts from a Rare Diamond, powered by BYC. And with these chakras, I have created some jewelry that can help you on your journey as well. This is a bracelet, and it has all the chakras stones on it as well. Each color is represented, each chakra is represented. They have lava rocks. I also have a necklace to help as well. Same thing. It has all the chakra colors and lava rocks. And what you do with the lava rocks, you infuse it with essential oil. I have eucalyptus, I have peppermint, and I have lavender. Lavender most of the time is good for relaxing. Eucalyptus is good for, the breathing, being able to breathe freely. Peppermint is good for, digestion issues, trying to combat inflammation as well. Got a few moments left, and so I want to thank everybody for definitely tuning in. Don't forget to share. Definitely, if you want to talk about chakra healing as a way of healing, please message me. I know that sometimes when we're introduced to something new, it can be scary as well. But if what you're doing is not working, you got to figure out a new plan of doing things, right? You don't want to keep yourself in the box that you don't have to. My whole goal is to help people break out of what they're used to and become who they are meant to be. We'll never become who we are meant to be if we don't come face to face with ourselves. And I think a lot of times that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid to face our true selves. Fear of disappointment from others, fear of isolation, fear of not being worthy, fear of not even being good enough to reach those goals that we set for ourselves. But at the end of the day, you gotta live for yourself, right? You can't keep living to be something that you're not. We're all taught a certain way, taught to be a certain way, and then we grow up. And if we keep living our life in someone else's shadow, we'll never get to see who we truly are, full self, right? And I encourage you to sit down maybe this week and figure out what's some problems that you're having, especially in your pelvic area as well, because that's where the root is at, right? Your root is in your pelvic area. You can have lower back pain. And like I said, if you're having a lot of urinary tract infections, bladder infections, kidney infections, they also said if you have a lot of gas, blood disorders, your immune system is not where it needs to be. It's because there may be an imbalance in your root chakra, and you want to make sure that your body is connected with your mind and your spirit as well. And we need to get ourselves in alignment. When we're aligned, we can do so many things. We can become so much more than what we are. I think we just keep ourselves, in this box. We have been complacent. And this year, I'm telling you, don't be complacent. Let's break free of what we've been used to. Let's break free of our old self. And that's a lot of times we're still holding on to how we used to be, and we're afraid to become who we are meant to be. And so it can be a tug of war between your old self and your new self. And I'm telling you that on the other side of it, it can bring you a lot of peace. Like through my life, I've been tug of war between, that old way of thinking and this new way of thinking. But a lot of great things happened to me in 2020. I know 2020 was a bad year for a lot of people, but sometimes you got to look at the good in situation, because life is going to always happen around us, but we don't have to let it control what happens in us. We have to get control of our thoughts, and I know that it's hard. I know when you suffer from mental illness, some days can be a struggle, But if you keep fighting for yourself, you will reap the benefits of that. But you can't let yourself down, right? Do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. Heal for yourself. When you heal for yourself, you give yourself a sense of simplicity, right? You know that you can get through anything. You build strength. You build yourself of courage. You build the ability to accomplish impossible things. Again, you can catch me every Sunday at 12 p.m. on cmpradio.net. Also, download the Live 365 app. You can catch me on there as well. Follow CMP Radio on Instagram. You can also find me, Become Your C, on Instagram as well. www.becomeyourc.com is my website I created. It'll explain a lot of my information as well. Excerpts from a Rare Diamond powered by BYC on Facebook, or Christina McIntyre. I look forward to hearing from you. And remember that you are worthy and worth it and valuable. You're an intricate part of this universe, and you matter. Fall in love with yourself so the world can fall in love with you. Don't forget to tune in next Sunday, each and every Sunday at 12 p.m. Mental Health Talk with yours truly. I am Christina McIntyre. Hope y'all enjoy your day. And remember to begin to heal at the root so that you can become what you need to be for yourself.
My darkest hour, my faith kept me alive. I picked myself back